Hello, everyone. This is our Holding for Healing on May 20th, 2023. And today we're going to talk about the freedom of success. So I would imagine everybody here is interested in success in some form. Just a wild guess. So I'm curious, where would you like to feel more success in your life? Is it in healing? Is it in prosperity? Is it in relationships or partnership or sense of purpose? Or go ahead and put something in the chat room. Let's get a beat on what we want to be successful about. What are we holding together today? Yeah, and while you're popping those in the chat room, welcome to all of you who are brand new. This is your first time here. We're so glad you're here with us. And welcome to all of you who have been before and are coming here to play again. Awesome when we can hold that space for each other. Okay, it's happening in the chat room. Let me catch as many of these as I can here. Um, Healing, Cece says. Elizabeth, purpose and healing. Colette, relationships and healing. Lovely. K-Bird, healing complex trauma. Marjorie, healing and sense of purpose. Diana, sorry, healing career and relationship partnerships. You're in. You're in for everything. Got it. Debbie, my healing and finding friendship. Johanna, health and finding joy. Ganga, in healing. Gabriella, complete health and purpose. Yes. Pamela, just to feel my nerves healed and calm. Oh, yeah. Nanda, staying present. Kay, self-love and healing. Deneen, letting go of fear and limits. Karen, career and finances. Emma, self-care, healing, purpose. Marnie, all of the above. Oh, yeah. Especially vitality, relationships, purpose, embodied bliss, and beyond. Whew, love it. Cindy, healing. Brescia, more healing, please. Valerie, healing at all levels and purpose. Yeah, Vera, and ease in aging and continuing to teach and inspiration in my music. Simone, showing up for myself, all areas. Yeah, Margaret, okay, purpose and healing. These are just great. Yeah, so we'll definitely be going into some healing today and at every level, giving ourselves a chance to really take a look at what success is. So now we know where in our lives we're focusing. What is success to you? And when you type that in, that's the what is the freedom? Tell me what that feeling is. What is the feeling of that freedom that you're creating and you want to create? Okay, here we go. Joy. Yes. Who said joy? Oh, Cece said joy. Karen, ease, openness to what comes. K-Bird, courageous and confidence. Yeah, courage and confidence. Johanna, calm and peace. Pamela, free in my body and very aligned. Valerie, expansion. Diana, it feels calm and light. Colette, connection. Emma Halston, grounding, joy, and confidence. Ooh, here they go. Johanna, fun. Yeah, Marjorie, ease, calm, connection, centered. Vera, continuous growth in joyous feeling. Can you feel them as we're reading them? See if you can feel that as we go. It's really wonderful to see if a word can actually help spark a feeling. Marjorie said ease, calm, connection, centered. Vera, continuous growth in joyous feeling. Judith, the bliss of knowing I'm doing what I came here to do. Ganga, expansion, ease, happiness, peace, gladness. Elizabeth, expansive openness in joy. Gabriella, being able to get done with my personal stuff to be free for divine purpose and service. And if I may, Gabriella, maybe they're the same thing. Just a thought. You might want to play with, just a thought, because I know and love you. Marnie, loving life, all of myself, others, lit up, ecstatic, vibrant joy, euphoria, connection, extreme confidence. Johanna, love. Okay, I get a weird vibe about the word success. Yeah, I get it. I'm thinking this will help me. I hope it will. Success is really that moment when you say, I did it. I did it. I fulfilled my intention. Isn't that a wonderful moment? And how am I going to feel? You're going to feel all these things. This world is going to be so lit with all that wonderful energy. And what's really beautiful is even as we say it, sound is power. We're invoking it. It's already moving into the space. Valerie, Cornice, within and in the universes. Margaret, ease. Yeah, you're welcome, Kay. Yeah. A little reframing sometimes of a word is really helpful. It's funny though how words are that way, aren't they? But there's one that'll resonate for us. So finding feeling, that feeling, and it's important to us. And one of the beautiful ways we create it is to find every way that we feel it now. Ooh, one of those feelings. So if you wrote several of them down, oh, Johanna added fun there. There we go. Where have you already, or when have you already felt this in your life? Go ahead and pop that in the chat room. One moment. That's all it takes. One moment. I felt this when I was a kid. I felt it last week. I felt it this morning. This one. I felt it for seconds. They count. Seconds count. Marty said, I heard of someone's meter for success is how much she laughs each day. Oh, I love that one. That would be mine. Marnie, thanks for sharing that. That's a good one. Pamela, I felt so calm and cool when I was 10 to 12 years old. Lovely. Marjorie, I felt it yesterday through a dreaded phone call. Yeah, isn't it surprising? You can feel it in moments you wouldn't think you could. I love those. Thank you for sharing that, Marjorie. Kabert, when I overcame fear. Yeah, one of those moments where you made a transformation, a significant transformation. Awesome. Diana, just 2 weeks ago when I graduated from intense training as a reservist in the Navy. Oh my gosh, bless your heart. And congratulations, Diana. Wow, that had to be some intense work indeed. Talk about stretching yourself. Colette, when I connected to surrender to divine. Short, but so sweet. There you go. That's it. Those moments. Ganga, I felt it for seconds yesterday. Yeah. Elizabeth, looking to find it in releasing. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes we know there's a release that needs to happen to really experience something. Sometimes we've had an experience of it and we want to experience it again. And sometimes it's a stretch. It's something we think, we sense we haven't felt yet. Yet being the operative word. It's there. It's in the zeitgeist. It's in consciousness. You probably experienced it in some realm of reality or some previous life, or you will in some future life. So it exists. And now you're opening to its existence for you. Love that. Valerie, in my craniosacral training many years ago, felt like coming home. Yeah, with people and souls, and you connected deeply. Beautiful. Vera felt when I heard the other day how I changed someone's life. She said she's not feeling 70 anymore. I love that. Simone, when I finally got up on stage with my stand-up comedy that I dreamed of doing. Bravo, Simone. Congratulations. Marnie, seeing rainbows, butterflies, connections with precious little kids. Yeah, lit up in nature. Happy dogs. My grown son saying he loves me. My former husband saying he'll help me with something I'd enjoy. Yeah. These are the moments we have had these feelings, and we can put them on replay. We can expand them. you can expand it into what it is you're stretching into. Yeah. Oh, lovely, Deneen. After church last week, I stopped and talked with the other ladies and felt connected. Yeah, rather than going straight to your car. So you stretched right into that potential. And stretching is a big part of that healing that we do because we're stretching into what we haven't yet fully experienced. And that's the gift. And we know there's a gift on the other side of it, right? That's what keeps us going. That keeps us motivated. And then there's this part of us that is really afraid, or at least a little bit afraid, right? That's sometimes the part of us that feels the responsibility that will come with what we want. So I want to share a little story about that. My partner and I, years ago, were visiting our friend Ken. And just to kind of put this in perspective, Kev and I at the time were living in an old RV. It ran, but it had a little trouble sometimes running. And our life was pretty small. And we were teaching fire walking and sound medicine and all sorts of cool stuff. We were having a great life, don't get me wrong, but financially very modest. And we went to visit Ken, and Ken was financially doing much better than we were at that time. Kevin and I had both had very prosperous periods in our life, but at that time, really modest, really squeaking by, and he was doing great. So we were talking with him about prosperity. And he said, well, here's what I discovered. He said, when I wasn't prosperous, if I didn't want to do something, all I had to do was say, I don't have the money. It was easy. I got out of it really fast. He said, now that I have the money, I can't say that anymore. I have to tell the truth. I have to tell a deeper truth. I have to think about, how am I going to tell them I don't want to do this? And that little lesson stayed with me. You can tell it's still with me, right? Because I thought to share it with you. It stayed with me because we have this thing, this fear of the responsibility that we will have when we have what we want. When I'm feeling well, people will ask me to do things I don't want to do. And what am I going to say? They're going to expect things of me I don't want to do. And what am I going to say? Answering that question was huge for me in my life. Now I answer that question ahead of time. Ahead of time. When I was not feeling well and using that as the I don't feel well, no, I'm not going to do that, whatever it was. Things change when you're feeling well. But being able to think of it ahead of time was, and it can be for you, very useful. To say, well, when I am feeling well and someone expects that, I'm going to assume the responsibility of whatever it is, cleaning the house, getting a job, starting a career, the things we're afraid to do, serving in a bigger way. How are we going to say no to what we don't want to do? And how are we going to say yes? How are we going to do that? When I'm a woman who is feeling well, and for me it was choosing to teach the things I teach now, What part of that do I want to do? And what part of that do I not want to do? And am I willing to look at my fears around that now? And am I willing to stretch beyond those fears, to take responsibility for my choices, to make good choices, choices that serve me and serve the people I serve? What is that going to look like? So that I could relax and say, isn't it going to be great when I heal? Isn't it going to be great when I have all of my vitality and energy available to me? Isn't that going to be wonderful? And it was. And it was easy. And it was easy because I thought about that. How am I going to say it differently? How am I going to set my sacred boundaries so I'm creating the sacred container that I want to live in? What will that look like when I'm healthy? The things I'm afraid of. How am I going to face them right now? So that I could live in that pure motivation you just talked about. That pure motivation. I'm going to feel this way. This is how I choose to feel. And to give myself permission to feel it every day. More of it, and more of it, and more of it, and more of it every day. Is this making sense? Get ahead of it. Get ahead of it. How am I going to say no, thank you? And how am I going to say yes, please? What's my way of doing that? Mm. So that's what I would invite you to be within the holding today, to be in that space of what is that yes, please for you, that feeling that you are creating right now, not in the future, right now, in this moment, in this now, this feeling, I'm creating it now. Aware that as you feel better, some responsibilities are going to come in, some things are going to come in, right? So I'm going to go back to prosperity. It translates to healing too, but prosperity was on my mind this morning. So one of my concerns was that as I prospered, as I felt well, and I was teaching and starting to create a prosperous life for me and those that I serve, that one of the things that would happen is that my adopted daughter and the grandkids would start to lean on me more financially. And I wasn't sure how I felt about that. I really wasn't. So I had to think about it. It's like, okay, so imagine your grandson starting a business and he comes to his Mama Misa and he's like, Mama Misa, I need some financial help. Think about it now. What are you going to do, girl? How do you want to respond to that? Where is there a sacred yes and where is your sacred no with that? So I thought it through. This is how I do it. Yes, I'd want to help him. No, I would not want to just give him a bunch of money and say, all right, do something cool with it. I want him to have, as we say here, some skin in the game. I want him to show me what he's doing to create that reality for him. And I'd look at how to invest in him in a way that supports him and doesn't enable him. Because how do I know that's important? Because I got some codependent streaks in there. And I can be an enabler and I know it. So how am I going to support him? What does a payment plan look like? How do we set that up? What are the conditions of that? Where do I create lenience? Where do I create some boundaries that keep us both safe? I thought about it ahead of time so that I could step into that sacred work as I was coming out of healing the MS and cancer and say, you know what? When I'm in, I'm in. I'm all in life. in creating and being present to what is here. Because I've thought about the things that I'm concerned about and afraid of, the responsibilities that could come as I prosper. And you can do the same thing with healing. What are the responsibilities that you expect will be there as you heal? And how are you going to be with those responsibilities? You can think it through now, and your nervous system starts calming way down. It's where our masculine energy really serves, when we have a little plan that we can live into. We know where the sacred no is and where the sacred yes is. For me, yes, I will help my grandson, depending upon what it is. If the project has viability, if I think he can pursue it and make it happen, and his plan and his thinking and his heart feel right to me, yes. If they don't, I'm going to be a good businesswoman for him. Not Mama Misa, I'm going to be a good businesswoman for him. I'm going to say, I'd like to see some answers for these things. Bring back some research, love, and we'll talk again. And totally at peace. Like, yes, I'm ready for my grandkids when they're ready for that. It hasn't happened yet, but it will. It will. The day will come. It'll be a house. It'll be a something, right? It'll happen. And I am at peace. I'm at rest. So can you hear how the masculine energy of making a plan can help us know how we're going to be for it on the other side, how we're going to be with it when we are feeling healthy and prosperous, and when we're in that relationship. What keeps us from the relationships that we want is what we're afraid is going to happen when we're in there, and their expectations of us, and how we typically behave, how we make choices inside a relationship. So if we think it through now and start practicing it now in little ways, not so scary, easier to heal. Yeah. All right. So where is that in your life? Do you know what it is? The responsibility that are afraid will come up for you? You can put it in the chat room if you want. Mine was financial expectation from others. That was my fear around prosperity. That held me back. It was easier not to. It was easier not to be prosperous. That took me a long time to figure out. But it was me, not the universe. It was me. Ah, thank you, Marnie. Responsibility to my parents and family. Seeley, beautiful awareness. Yeah, anybody else? Do you know what it is? Hold you back. That responsibility that's going to come up. Financial responsibility to my niece and nephew. Yeah, beautiful, Marjorie. Yeah. Yeah, independence. Yeah, being independent. I'm responsible now totally for me in this, right? That which you are creating in your life. Yeah, Pamela. Yeah, this is the stuff. Elizabeth, similar to Celie, everyone using me, right, as they're out. Yep. K-Bird, fear of not having confidence that I can ride the ups and downs that come, the losses. Yeah, Diana, responsibility to parents, family, coworkers, maybe even the family of a future partner. Karen, fear that when I'm working full time, I'll be expected to do it the same way I've seen others do it. Then, then you're not in your body, not connected to my spirit or the divine, not taking the time to be me. Yep, that we're going to lose. Yeah, another fear. I'm going to lose everything that I've created for myself, right? That space, that gift I give to myself. Connie, too much work to create. Yeah, that once I get back in, then, yep. I'm going to be working too hard. Yeah, Marnie, fear of being seen as a hypocrite if I live my purpose, not yet embodying what I share and teach. Yeah, fear of being alone in making it all happen, and a slave to work. Oh, you know them, Marnie. Look at this fear of needing to be perfect to be in my long relationship with my beloved. Yeah. And they're the things that hold us back. Colette, I'm recognizing my shame around being triggered and overreacting. Oh, darling. So I stay small and distant. Yeah, it's a way we try to protect. Good insight. To really connect, I will need to finally understand it and yet be able to create healthy boundaries. Yeah, and Valerie, exactly the same as Karen. Johanna, participate in life, learn to want to live again. Mm. There can be a fear about being engaged in life. Absolutely. What's that going to mean? Excuse me. I need just a minute. Here we go. Cindy, that my husband won't share my desire to travel if we have the financial resources to do it. Yep, that creates, excuse me. My apologies, I've been talking a lot this morning. My throat gets dry, and then I create a whole bunch of mucus to compensate. So, I'm gonna pause for just a second here. Ooh, nice clarity, gals. Yeah. Kate, caring for older relatives. Yeah. Well, your daughter needs money for the future. Debbie, fear I won't get any clients. I know that one. Judith, fear of abusing energetic power. This often comes from, in my experience, past lives where we're afraid we'll do it again. And of course, it's likely we're not going to do it again because we have so much fear about the fact that we did. But the fear, it's ironic, isn't it? The fear is so real. Sue, I lost my daughter when I lost my prosperity. So there's a link there for you. Yeah, so I could imagine, sweetie, there's probably a fear of loss. Yep. What else am I going to lose? Yeah, Janine, recreating a life without significant relationships I had before. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Can some of you relate to some of those? You were thinking, yeah. Could relate to a lot of them. Yeah. Yeah. Marjorie, you're saying a lot of this. Yeah. This is why our healing and our progress gets stuck. The fear is usually greater than what we started with, which is the hope, the intention, the desire. There's a reason when the grandmothers brought us the holding that we often work in presence to the fear first, because when the fear is calm, the hope, the desire, the intention expands. So when we feel that fear, if we attend to it with love and let it rest, then what's left is love and potential. Potential is the other part of compassion, right? Compassion isn't just about feeling somebody else's pain or our pain. It's also about feeling our potential. So we let that open up for us and get more and more comfortable with the potential of how things really could be the way you want it to be. That's your divine intention. Make sense? Yeah, because we treat it all with love. Yeah, and Pamela, we could have an interesting discussion about what dark energy really is, but we won't go there. So the energy to create sometimes comes from dark energy. Sometimes the energy to create comes the way I might reframe that, if that's all right, sweetheart, is from our fear. What we call dark energy is fearful energy that is attracted to fear. So, one of the things we can do when we think that we might create out of our fear is learn how to be present to our fear, which is what holding does. To find compassion for the fear. Fear pretty consistently comes from childhood trauma, trauma from previous lives, where things did not work the way we hoped they would work for us, or where we were or felt powerless. As a child, we often have traumatic experiences that we feel powerless in, right? Would you agree? Yeah. We're not in charge. We're little. So that fear keeps perpetuating itself over and over again. Until we meet it with what it always wanted, love. That moment we felt fearful, what we wanted was a flavor of love. Respect, to be seen, to be heard, to matter. Those are all flavors of love. We wanted to be loved, so we bring love. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good awareness. So today, I would invite you, if you choose to accept this mission, go right for it. Divine compassion, your compassion, immense. It's bigger than the fear. It's more powerful than fear. It is. It is. The tricky thing is that our minds keep going to the fear. That's why fear gets so doggone powerful. Our mind just keeps replaying it, replaying it, replaying it. But the moment we teach our minds to open to compassion, boom, fear gets really small, really, really small, very manageable. Because we're living in the vast, expansive potential of creation. Because we've stepped into that divine love. So today, if you feel ready for it, let's just go meet that fear with a bunch of love. A whole lot of compassion, wherever it came from. It's okay that it exists. There's nothing bad about it. There's nothing wrong about it. It just exists. And there's enough love in the universe. That fear can just rest for a little while and let you get on to what you came here to do. So with that, let's go into holding today. Let that fear of success take a little break, get some rest, give you some time and space. So I invite you to get comfortable. It's really good to sit comfortably. I like to keep my feet flat on the floor. My hands in an open position. I like to cup them in my lap, actually, like I'm holding my womb. And so energy flows freely. And to breathe into the space that you are. Scientists are telling us that the universe is more space than the light and sound frequencies that create these amazing illusions of matter. More space, infinitely more space. As you breathe, I invite you to recognize that each inhale and exhale is moving in and through space. And there's a sliver of stillness between the inhale and the exhale. You might let yourself notice that for a moment. Notice the breath gliding in and out. That little bit of stillness in between, like a wave of water. And feel it in your body. Feel your breath in your whole body. Every cell on your skin is inhaling and exhaling. Your whole being is in rhythm with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Invite yourself to remember a moment that you felt the kind of love you thought about or described, or that was close to what you want to feel. One moment. Allow yourself to feel it now. And notice that your breathing and this feeling have a bond. Your breath, a perfect invitation to this feeling. Whenever you want, you can take a moment to focus on your breath and bring it back. Let it be a real experience by being present to this moment. It is real. This feeling is real. It exists now. And this is the feeling of what you want to create, to be successful with, to say, I did it. You're doing it right now. This feeling is calling it in. This feeling exists in the womb of all life. It's a potential inside of you to live more of your life in this feeling. And it exists in the space of possibility. Invite yourself to feel the space inside of you. You might see it or sense it, feel it, know it, still and quiet, like the night sky inside of you. And it expands beyond your body. Stark, still, quiet. Yin energy, mother, womb. Let that energy meet the night sky. This energy is space. Where galaxies and supernovas, planets are born. And you were born in this primordial womb of life that holds all potential, all possibility. As you expand into the awareness of this still, dark night sky, this primordial womb of life, you can be held in it or merge with it. Here you are loved exactly as you are. There's nothing you can do to earn this love or to push it away. It exists as you exist. And allow yourself to remember once again that feeling of what you know is there for you as you heal. That feeling, it exists in consciousness, it exists in you. And you can invite it to fill you now, to be it, remember it, expand into it with each breath. You are that. Invite that feeling. Allow that feeling to expand and grow. Here in the primordial womb, it is safe. Safe to feel what you want to feel. To focus on it. And let that beautiful feeling enter into your cells of your body. To strengthen you. To become it in the physical. If you notice a little bit of resistance, that's normal. You can hold that resistance in the same love. In this love that holds it all. The resistance is energy longing for love. Afraid of what comes with that love. Like responsibility. But there is a love great enough to hold it all. Open to that love, that expansive love that is within you and around you. There may be ancestors or guardians who would love to help you. You can invite them in. So hold that love, hold that fear, that resistance. It came when you were a little girl. It came from another life. It has always sought love. And today, in this sacred womb, it gets to be honored and heard and respected. It does matter because it is a part of you and your feelings. It's a fear you've carried for a long, long time. And it wants to know that it's okay that it has existed. After all, it is the fear of someone who was hurt. It's connected to a little child. And she needs to know. He needs to know. They need to know there is love. There's enough compassion. Allow yourself to go deep into love, expand into love. A flavor of love that might be new, a depth of love that longs to be touched, gently opening. Mm. Let it be cradled in love. Give it permission to continue resting, to finally feel the love it's always wanted and rest. And as it finds its way to rest, that hope, that dream, that intention gets to rise. That feeling that you want to feel, that moment when you say, I did it, that feeling lives right now. Invite it to live fully in you. That with every breath you breathe this, so it expands and deepens and takes root in your life. And all of the activities and things that happen are a reflection of this. Choose it. Choose it as the focal point, the nexus of your creation, so that life can respond to it. In the various aspects of your life. Let your inner senses come alive. You might see or hear, feel, sense, scent. Maybe a scent that comes, a thought, a word, a sound, a knowingness, a feeling, a vision, a symbol, a taste that expresses the I am of you in this fulfillment, in this success, in this freedom that you have chosen and nourished. This freedom. Invite that to expand this I am that you are. And invite yourself to see, sense, hear, know, feel this I am happening in your life in some form. There's some reminder of this feeling in your home or at work. There is something you do that is different, some action you take. See it, sense it, hear it, feel it now, so that this I am of wisdom and this feeling start becoming a part of who you are, with awareness in your daily activities and in your daily choices. And with that awareness, let's bring this fully into our bodies and this healing, this love right into the cells of your body. With each breath, right into the cells. Your physical body drinks it in. This pure, pure awareness and love drinks it in. You can put your hand on your body if you need to, any place your body really needs extra attention. Breathe it in. This I am, this life-giving force, this awareness of who you are as a divine being, divine love flowing through you, to you. And letting it in, breathing it in, the cells expanding and opening to receive love. Being focused on the love and the expansion. Good. Remember, with every breath, you can call this in. So any moment of any day, you can say, oh, more of that feeling in my body, in my spirit, in my mind, in my emotions. I choose to breathe it in. Notice how your hands are placed. They're also a reminder to breathe it in. To feel this again, you can use your hands just the way they are. Put your hands in that position and breathe and bring that beautiful healing in. With that awareness, we're going to take 3 breaths and bring ourselves fully into our bodies so we can give our bodies every potential to feel as good as they want to feel. Our lives, every potential to feel as wonderful as we want life to be. So big inhale now and blow. right into your bones. And feel the air around you. Notice it has a temperature and a texture. There might be sights, or excuse me, sounds or scents on the air. Next inhale, big inhale. Blow hard. Feel that you have a body and it's sitting against physical matter. Let that help to bring you into your body. Last breath coming all the way back in. Big inhale and blow. Good. All the way in now. Stretch. Make sure you can feel your body, and when you can, very gently open your eyes. Beautiful. Ooh, Pamela, I'm glad you got that. It's cool. Yeah. Good. Oh, thank you. It is great when you turn your cameras on, so I know you came back and you're okay. Yeah. All the way back in. Good. Almost. A couple of you still drifting. Big breaths, big breaths. Oh, good, Elizabeth. Thanks for letting me know you're back. K-Bird, heart to everybody. Good, thank you. Thanks for turning your video on. I know you're okay. That was a deep journey. A long ways in. Hi, Karen. Thank you. Johanna, thank you. Kate, Valerie. Good, good. Hi, Jillian. There's Diana. Hi, love. Good. Yeah, beautiful. All right, I think we're back in. Feels like we're back. Excellent. Ooh, so, 12:10, we're over time, so some of you may need to go, and I totally understand that was a long one. So if you need to go, go with my love. With my love. If you need to, if you can stay for a few more minutes, we'll put something in the chat room, and I'll love to hear what you're feeling. Elizabeth said, and now a butterfly, wonderfully deep. And she said, thank you to everyone. Yeah. So what are you feeling? What has shifted, not shifted? Sometimes things take a while. Sometimes they shift right away. But something's happening. Anna said, thank you. You're welcome, love. Blessings. So feel free to put something in that chat room. What are you noticing now? Is that fear as big as you thought? Did it soften up? They often do. They often do. Ah, deep peace and joy and trust, Hannah. Lovely. Easier this time, Marnie said. Ah, to be the witness instead of being in triggered pain. Bravo. You found a really powerful healing place there, sweetie. Well done. Judith, a sense of peace. Nanda said, thank you. It was lovely. That's good. Diana felt my soul expanding and a sense of oneness with the universe. Ooh, love those moments. Beautiful. Johanna, my mind was very busy, but still feel calmer. Excellent. Yeah, sometimes it takes our minds a while. That's true. Karen, I've been pursuing a dream and thought it was fear that held me back. It's there, but I realized it's actually unresolved grief. Oh, powerful clarity I need to tend to. I've been frozen in grief. Ah, sweetie, that's a very powerful realization. You know right where that love needs to go now. Seeley, got to give love to some fears and laid them to rest peacefully. Yes. Beautiful. Isn't it wonderful when that moment happens? Jillian, blessings and thanks and love. Must run. Okay. I'm so grateful to have been able to be present, living in the space of love with you all today. Yeah. Sue, just before coming out, the fear of being told I disappointed my boss came through. Ooh, I felt I wasn't her disappointment, her expectations were. That's nice clarity too. Yeah, now you get to hold the space between you. That's very sweet. Yeah, and with compassion for you both. Beautiful. Vera, no fear, but a sense of trust. Good. Elizabeth, I know I am okay. I saw the truth in finding myself in 2008, and I am that person now. Ooh, don't you love it when you have that memory awareness, remembering my soul and self? Emma, even though I'm feeling relaxed and calm, I had a very active mind during most of the holding. That can happen. It's okay. We can hold an active mind too. Until it's ready to calm down. Sometimes it just needs some love. Kate, thank you. A golden heart in the evening sun. Ooh, I spent loving time with my inner child. Marjorie, I received a big ancestral hug. Oh, heart appeared in my third eye and joy came. That's a precious gift. Yeah. It says iPhone 8. I'm sure that's not your name, but that's what it says. So I feel so much safer now and send love to my fear and confusion. Beautiful. Bridget, I learned I fear being loved more than anything. How powerful to recognize the fear of love itself. And when we have that, and we all have some fear of some degree of love, then we want smaller bites of love and build it up. We build that love muscle up. Thank you for sharing that, because that's actually a lot of us, if not all of us, have some degree of that. Yeah. Kabert, as the grandmothers say, there's a point where we're expanding in what we hold, as what we are able to hold in terms of love, and then we'll hit a point where it stops, right? It's a contraction. We contract a little bit, then we have to kind of build up for that again and go beyond that contraction. And that's actually more normal than we think it is. It's just this building over time and consciousness and awareness that we do. K-Bird, holding that fearful child is going to need some consistency and love. That's a beautiful awareness. That's right. Some resilience to keep being there for her, for that little one. Yeah. I said her, but that little one. Yeah. Valerie, delighted to find that feeling. Went back to a cranial sacral holding with a dear friend practitioner. Same feeling I felt with her many years ago. I wasn't able to hold it all the time. Yeah, okay, but you felt it. Bravo, bravo. Colette, really beginning to experience love in everything. Yes, it exists as I exist. My heartbeat, the air, the sky, everything. Bravo. You are so welcome. Yummy. Isn't that just the yummiest awareness and feeling in space? Oh. Marnie, when to feel pain and when to be the loving parent. Okay, so you're feeling like you're shifting back and forth. We're really both. It's really stretching our mind to be in a more expansive place, Marnie. And I don't tend to think of it as being the loving parent, because some of us don't know what a loving parent was, and we try to map that onto human, physical human. Instead, I like to think about, what did the child want to feel? And let her feel it now. And be there for her. So she.
Non, mais j'en ai mis ça. Non, moi, c'est pas juste eux autres qui m'interviewent. Non.
A second, I'll mute that. There we go. I find that is usually faster and more effective. See if that resonates for you, Marnie. See if that's helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Not to go back and forth, but to, as she is experiencing that respect, that I am being heard, I am being cared for, that your love is the care. The love you would feel for any child is the care. that love that you would feel for an injured animal is the care. It's the love itself, whatever small or large amount of it you're feeling in any moment. That's what settles in to the bones, the sensibilities of the inner child. Valerie, dropping back into a cloud and a warm feeling when I felt it. Yeah, words get really fuzzy after a while, don't they? They don't describe the feeling, but you felt it, and that's beautiful. They're a pulsation of the soul opening to heart feeling. Yeah, Seeley received all the magic of the I am. I am that amazing mother, wife, daughter, friend, healer, and soul. Indeed, you are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experiences. And if you didn't really have an experience or it wasn't comfortable, I want you to know that's okay too. That's part of the process of being present again and again until it does open up. That's the resilience, that's spiritual resilience. And it does. It does. Your presence, your willingness to open to the possibility is powerful. It is shifting energy. So I want to honor you, whatever your experience was. It matters. Yeah. Lots of hugs and kisses in there. So I want to invite you to, as we bring this to a close, feel free to kind of go through both. We've got two screens open now and see all these beautiful women that you've been holding space with. We create in each other's sacred presence. We held space that we all slipped into. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being that sacred space for yourself and for each other. Yeah, beautiful. And with that, feel free to open up your lines and give blessings to all these beautiful souls. Love to all of you. Can't wait until I see you next time.
Thank
Love
you.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Blessings. Love you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
You all.
Thank
Many
you, Misa.
blessings.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you, Misa.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Misa.
You're so
Thank
welcome.
you, Misa.
Okay, bye all. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.